It's almost spring and time to start sowing seeds, but all 3 of my patches have been completely taken over by weeds, and the leftovers of last year's carrot crop is still rotting in the ground, and I only have a few days to get the patches ready for sowing. Step 1 is to remove the leftovers of last year's carrot crop that has started to rot in the ground. Only the tops of the carrots are rotten, so I can just cut off the tops and still eat them. Over winter the patches have been walked on a lot, so the ground is really hard and compacted, and will need softening before I can plant anything. Owning a tiller saves me hours of digging. To dig over all the patches by hand would take me weeks, but with the tiller it only takes me about half an hour, and it leaves the ground softer than if I had done it by hand. The weeds in my patches are impossible to kill. You could probably burn them to ashes and they would still grow, so I have to rake all the weeds out of the patches by hand, which takes a while when you have 260 square meters of weeds to remove. Luckily the tiller leaves the weeds loosely in the ground, so I just had to lightly rake them off the surface. All the seeds I will be sowing were given to me by Carrot Hill Nursery. The first 20 people to use the code Growing Stuff will get 20% of all orders over £5. To avoid recompacting the ground and trampling my plants, I will be needing some paths. I'm spacing my path so I can still reach the middle of the growing space on each side. Instead of guessing what a straight line is, I am using a string that is pulled tight to get a straight line. Please comment if your patches are ready for sowing in this year.